Hey, I'm Jim Weber in the Fox 13 Weather Center. Thanks for logging on to myfoxhurricane.com. Lots going on in the tropics. We have Jerry, Karen, and Lorenzo, all tropical storms at this point. We'll go ahead and start with Tropical Storm Karen. Big flare-up of convection through the overnight hours. At one point early this morning, you can see almost two distinct blobs with this. They've kind of merged together, and despite seeing a large area of convection with this, it's still struggling a little bit. You can see the icon is actually sitting to the north of all the really deep convection, so it still has some wind shear over this system, still has a ways to go to really start to get itself organized, but slowly but surely it's starting to get there. Top winds right now are at 40 miles an hour. It's moving to the north at 8 miles an hour. It's going to be working its way over Puerto Rico today and into tonight, bringing some pretty heavy rains. Could see 2 to 4 inches of rain across the widespread portions of Puerto Rico. We could also see some pockets up to about 8 inches of rain as we go through tonight and into tomorrow. So notice that track works its way to the north, then just kind of slams on the brakes, makes that left-hand turn. What we're actually going to probably start to see is it doing some loops out in the Atlantic. We have that ridge sitting to the north of this system, so it's just not going to allow it to continue on that northerly track. And then we'll just got to watch it as we go into the weekend and into the first part of next week, as it tends to do some loops out into the Atlantic. Look at Tropical Storm Jerry, and this is not a well-defined system at all. In fact, Hurricane Center, they even say, you know what, this may not even actually be a tropical storm at this point. We may be actually looking at more of a subtropical storm, but just to kind of keep things simple at this point, they'll go ahead and just call it a tropical storm. Winds are at 60 miles an hour, a lot of strong wind shear over this. It's currently moving to the north at 7 miles an hour, but it'll turn more towards the northeast, passing, it looks like at this point, just to the north of Bermuda, but they will quite likely see at least some tropical storm force winds, or at least some gust to tropical storm force. But as that wind shear just continues to take over on this system, it looks like as we go into the second half of the week, this basically just degenerates into more of a remnant low. Tropical Storm Lorenzo, way out into the Atlantic. Good news with this storm, even though we're talking about this looks like it could become a major hurricane, it will move out over open waters and should not be any concern to any land areas. So we're going to continue to watch all these areas. We'll keep you updated right here on myfoxhurricane.com.